Here I am again, Calvin in your face. Just trying to make people's lives a little bit better, both here and for the new world. People are going on in this world and they're striving, and I always suggest a book of things to do. And I do things on a daily basis. You can tell by my hands. I work. I do things. I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. And if you do things that will make your life a little bit better, fix things that need fixing, and help people in general at the same time, build things, whatever you can do that will make your life better or somebody else's life better, just do it. And like I say, like book, and every day do something, This one guy, I can find him here. Where can I find him? No, this is one of my videos. More of my videos. This guy. Okay, why should you start a YouTube channel? Even if nobody watches. Okay, now, he says do one thing a day. Well, if you do at least one thing a day, you're doing something. Yeah. Okay, now I started to continue on with a YouTube channel, the ones I have started a long time ago, many years ago, but I was just putting up random videos just to for entertainment, basically, purposes. But now, I think this world is at a position where something strange is about to happen, and things are strange. And it's hard to do all the things you have to do in a day and eat. But people don't believe this book. You get all these so-called Christians that say, I believe my Bible literally, and yet they don't believe it. In the Bible, it does suggest that there's a firmament above our head, and it does say that is going to fall apart someday. That's going to crumble, or stars are going to fall, and we're going to, people are going to die, people are going to be taken up, So, there's a little story that's getting put together here. It's in the underneath in the description below, and also it's here it is. I'll let you listen to it. I just put it into a program where you can listen to it and see how that rings true with you. See if I can find it here. Yeah, this one. Now listen to this.
The last days of the flat earth. In the final days of the old world, the earth a vast, flat plain stretching from horizon to horizon was a place of turmoil. The seas had dried up, and the mountains had crumbled into dust. Great storms raged, tearing apart the cities of men. The skies grew dark, and the stars themselves seemed to flicker out, as though the heavens had turned their back on the world. The ancient books spoke of this moment, the time when all things would be burned away, the earth consumed by fire, and then remade. And so it came to pass. The flames began as a whisper, but soon they swept across the land, erasing all that was, until nothing remained but ash. No more cities, no more nations, no more seas. Just endless, lifeless plains. But in the midst of the destruction, something incredible happened. From the heavens, a light descended brighter than 1,000 suns, yet gentle as the morning dawn. It was the New Jerusalem, a city like none had ever seen. It came down from the sky, immense in its glory. The city was a perfect cube, stretching 1,400 miles on each side, its walls shimmering like glass made of the purest gold. The city's foundations were made of 12 massive stones, each one inscribed with the name of an ancient apostle. The gates were adorned with 12 pearls, and there was no temple in the city, for the presence of the Creator himself was the only light needed. Inside the city, all was peace. The air was sweet with the fragrance of eternal flowers, and the streets were lined with trees whose fruit healed all wounds and cured every ailment. But as the city descended, something else was happening. Those who had lived righteously, those who had walked in the light were gathered. They rose from their graves, from the ashes of the old world. They were called by name, their bodies renewed and perfect. These were the faithful, the chosen, those who had endured the trials of the earth and had remained true. And they entered the city. But outside the walls, there was no peace. The wicked, those who had rejected the light, who had embraced greed, hatred, and cruelty, were cast far away. They were not destroyed, but rather left to wander the empty plains. They could see the city, its glory shining like a beacon, but they could never enter. Their hearts were darkened, their spirits broken. The land outside the city was barren. No grass grew there, no flowers bloomed. The sky was always clouded, and the winds howled with a bitter cold. The people outside the city could feel the warmth of the city's light, but it was forever out of their reach. They could not enter, for the gates of the New Jerusalem were closed to them. And so, the world was remade. The faithful who lived within the city basked in eternal joy, for there was no pain, no death, no sorrow. They lived in harmony with each other and with the Creator, for He walked among them. There was no hunger, no thirst, for the fruit of the trees provided all they needed. And they knew that this would last forever, for the city had no end. As for the wicked, they wandered in the desolate land, forever longing for the city they could never enter. They could not understand the joy of those within the walls, nor could they ever experience the peace of the New Jerusalem. They lived in their own misery, forever separated from the light. But in time, the light of the New Jerusalem began to shine even brighter. The city, though it was eternal, grew slowly at first, but it spread across the earth. Each new foundation added another layer of glory. The city stretched outward, its walls expanding, until the entire flat earth was bathed in the radiance of the new world. And so, the flat earth, now a place of perfect harmony, was healed. Those who had been faithful lived in eternal bliss, while those who had rejected the light were forever cast out, wandering in darkness. The world was flat, but it was now a perfect reflection of T.
Well, that's where it ended anyway. The transcripts below, just stop playing, whatever. Anyway, as it was going along, I take notes about what I'm to do in the day, and I may not agree with everything there that is in that writing, and I don't know. It says that the New Jerusalem will come down from heaven with us that have previously died, that went into the heaven. You know, like maybe our bodies will be resurrected into that new city. That's possibly, but I think that every creature that has ever lived will have life again. There is spirit in everything. Dog has spirit, has mind. It's like it's a person. Cats are smart. Fish are smart. In some ways, you know what I mean? Everything tries to live. A little bug will run for its life. It wants life. So I think that everything that lived will live again, you know. And it says Jesus is seen coming on a horse. You know, it speaks about outside the city walls will be bad people and dogs, or, you know, like it speaks about this. So I think basically people are decent people. They'll get in, you know, and even the nasty and the bad ones will have life again, you know. But the ones, I believe, that have actually joined the lower power, you know, I mean, we live within its range. The devil, Satan, is the god of this world, you know. I mean, we comply. He makes the laws. We try to comply with the laws. I mean, some of the laws are rather crazy, but if they're not violating God's laws, you know, you comply with them. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a speed limit out there for a reason. You know, I mean, if I'm traveling along at 90 kilometers an hour and I hit a deer or a moose or something, there's a lot better chance of survival than if I'm going along at 130. And that makes sense to me, you know, and I don't realize, I don't think it's just wise, the speeds that people are traveling now and how they're traveling, and people just, you know, they drive along like they want to kill somebody, and they will, and they might, and they will, you know. Hear ambulances going by every day. Somebody smucked something, or some, you know, trucker killed somebody, or some vehicle, not thinking, texting, or, you know, not paying attention, killed somebody, or somebody drunk killed somebody. Yeah, these rules are out there for, you know, good and bad. I mean, if I have to speed to save a life, you know what? In that case, well, you know what? You break the law a little bit, you know. Or if I have to, even if I had to run a stoplight to save somebody's life, well, I'll do that. You know, if I get a ticket, well, I get a ticket. I believe in trying to be as safe as possible. If the rules make it unsafe for me to do something and could disrupt life or hurt somebody, I will try to do the safe thing, even if it's against the law. You know, there's some things I do on a every few days out in traffic on the highway that would, by law, seem illegal, you know, but it's absolutely stupid, you know, like backing up on a highway, even on the shoulder of the road or in the ditch. It's against the law to do it. But if I have to back up in the ditch to stay out of trouble along 50 feet or 100 feet or 200 feet of highway, I will do that. And so I do. Cameras are watching. They watch from the sky all the time. And you know what? There is no privacy in this world. And AI knows everything about you. So anyway, if you enjoy my little videos, I put a link in there. It may not work on YouTube. It should work on Rumble. If you copy and paste that link, or click on it if it works, and go to and pick up a copy of Myron Golden's book, I would appreciate that. And subscribe, and you know, like or whatever you do to this channel. It's not monetized yet, but I'm sure they're putting ads. They're probably putting ads on it, and nothing we can do about that other than if you want to go with other programs that'll stop the ads, you know, or you can pay to have the YouTube Premium. But that's a choice also. But if you pick up a copy of Myron Golden's little book, it's a $20 book, $19 and something, $20 book. I get a small commission off of it. So if you'll do that, and do subscribe, and do like, or make comments. I really want to hear what you're saying. And this channel is very small yet, so it's very likely I will reply to you. I mean, my days are busy. They are busy. I mean, as you see, I am working. My hands are dirty. I fixed up the van. If you see in one of the videos, I'm working on this little Toyota car, this old Toyota that I found for very cheap. It's almost ready for safety right now, and that'll give me better gas mileage. And you know, you have to have spare vehicles. The truck I have burns too much gas, and we are not rich, you know. But if you do things in your day, it makes your day affordable, and you won't feel trapped. I mean, we're all trapped inside this earth. We're trapped in this, so we make the best of it, and just go forward in your day. And anyway, I'm going to cut this loose right now. You can read the transcript. I'll put it in the description of this story. And I'm working on other other stories that, you know, could make people's lives a little bit better. But get yourself a book. Like that one guy I just showed you on there, he says, do one thing a day. You know, do one thing, maybe in YouTube. If you're helping somebody, if you help one person, that's good. You know, if you help yourself, that's good. But I never put all my eggs in one basket. That's what Mama used to say. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So, I mean, YouTube could knock out the channel. Anybody could knock out your channel, could knock out things. So I just put them in Rumble. I'll put out transcripts and different posting boards and stuff like this just to try to help people. And if it all blows up or goes away, which, you know, this earth is going to go away one day, so we make the best of it while we're here. Well, have I bored you long enough? Have a nice day.